This is all about programming through the media, social media. Today we're going to be talking about the movie They Live. Phoenix Awaken podcasts of Alison and Jason.
Yeah.
TV is a really good programming.
Yep.
Tool. It's fantastic.
Pretty much streaming.
Streaming, which we just did a podcast just then about streaming. So
Yep.
this is, I guess, another extension of that.
Yeah. I actually wanted to do this one after Intuition.
Intuition versus streaming.
Yeah, that one, because this movie just gives a really good understanding of what streaming can look like. If you haven't seen the movie They Live, it is an old movie, but I'm going to read out the synopsis for you guys. So the main actor in here is called Roddy Piper. I think, didn't he used to be a wrestler or something along those lines?
Yeah, wrestler.
Yeah, I think he used to be a wrestler.
I used to watch him when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to love him.
So he plays a character called Nada. Nada, a wanderer without meaning in his life, discovers a pair of sunglasses capable of showing the world the way it truly is. As he walks the streets of Los Angeles, Nada notices that both the media and the government are comprised of subliminal messages meant to keep the population subdued, and that most of the social elite are skull-faced aliens bent on world domination. With this shocking discovery, Nada fights to free humanity from the mind-controlling aliens. That is the synopsis of the movie They Live. It is actually a really awesome movie. Just imagine that you actually had the ability and found sunglasses that could show you truly what is going on here.
We call this clairvoyance.
That's true. But what if they were actual?
If you weren't clairvoyant,
Yeah.
and you got hold of these sunglasses,
Yeah.
put them on,
Yeah.
I believe the shit would hit the fan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
With all the subliminal messages, because all the billboards, even the money in the movie, like everything, newspapers, it all said money's your god.
Yeah.
Buy.
Consume, obey, like everything, every kind of advertising you could possibly think of. Anything that had a digital frequency, there was a subliminal message going through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got worse today.
It has gotten worse today.
There's more technology out there than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And I like going back to the TV where it says your program for this evening is... Your program for this evening is...
The programming for this evening
Yes.
is...
Yes. And this is now happening on social media.
Everywhere you look, there's ads. Everywhere. And it doesn't always happen. It's not always about the ads. It's also about what comes up on, let's say, YouTube, for example. Because I've had experience a bit of subliminal messaging when I'm actually just scrolling through my YouTube feed and I have come across a video called, I think it's lip blush tattooing or something along those lines. I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm just gonna. But the key with this one is I knew that there was something not right because of my intuition, which we spoke about in the previous one, my intuition was telling me something isn't right about this video. But I clicked on it anyway because I thought, you know what, look, what harm could watching a lip blush tattoo do? Let me tell you, the amount of streaming I got just from agreeing to watch it led to whatever consent of streaming that took me down a path of crazy stuff. The subliminal messaging was crazy and out of this world.
You can just go click of the button on your phone or your computer and you've said yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fill me with all this shit. Stream away.
On a human experience, all you're doing is just watching entertainment. But on the other levels, it's not entertainment. It's not about entertainment.
So that's the falsity of entertainment.
Yeah, I'm only just getting that now. Human level, physical world, this life that we live, it's all about entertainment. But on other levels, there is other agendas playing out, both good and bad, because it's not all bad. There are good ones out there. And the streaming that comes along with it.
You know what I love?
What?
When we have a discussion and talk about something.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, Facebook ad comes up about that thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Or YouTube or whatever social media platform. It's like, I didn't look that up or type that in, but it's come up on my feed. What the hell is going on with that?
Can I take it even further?
Oh, yes, that's why we're here.
Okay, so I'm going to take it a bit further. Still on the AI level, though. Sorry, let me think about this one, because it's starting to go out of my head now.
Grab it back.
Yeah. Jason was talking about how when we having a discussion and how funny it is when Facebook is like, here you go, here's the couch that you were just talking about, as if it's like a coincidental thing, and us in the energetic world or even in the new age community always think that there's no coincidence. Everything is, it's like all part of the big thing. That comes down to even dreams. Because, and the reason why I say that is because there is a giant AI network out there that can actually seem like there are what's it called? Not a coincidence. What's the word that I'm wanting to use? That word to say that it's when you think of something and it actually appears. It's not a coincidence.
Manifestation?
So, no, something else. Anyway, I know the word I'm looking for. Hopefully it'll come to me. For example, I had to go back to work. I had a dream about a certain person. And then the very next morning, I went onto Facebook and the picture of that person was the first thing I saw. Now, in the New Age community, we would think that that is part of the plan or the coincidence, or I cannot remember the word. I know what word I'm thinking of though. However, that was all just a stream.
A stream, a ploy to go, this is where the direction we want you to go.
Thinking that it's all intuition.
Yes, I think it's all intuition. It's all being played out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So what's playing out here is actually playing out behind the scenes. And it's all there to maneuver us into a certain directional agenda that necessarily you do not want to go to, but you're being put into a corner to go and follow that path.
Yeah.
That's just magically opened up for you.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I bring that up is, and it's connected to the movie, is because in the movie, there is this giant beam machine that is beaming a frequency on everyone, blinding everyone to what the actual truth is.
That's right, yeah.
And in my dream, because I was dreaming about this person, the AI component of this reality can send messages to you, which is the streaming, then all of a sudden brings up this person, or this person calls you the next day and you're like, oh, wow, what a coincidence. But no, it's actually just a plan.
Yeah, because I had 2 days after that, I had a dream about the same person.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, but my dream, I was resuscitating this person.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
Yeah. I've been trying to analyse that. Not quite too sure on all levels, but...
that's a bit different.
But still, same person, yeah, same agenda played out. Yeah.
Going back to the movie, for us, the reason why we wanted to talk about the movie is because it was a really interesting concept, because I don't think there was a lot of information or a lot of movies out there that actually presented in the way that they presented the movie.
I don't think there was, from memory. There might have been, but not that I can remember.
Nothing so...
out there, in your face, this is what's going on.
Exactly.
Let's turn it into a movie. That's what's really going on.
Exactly.
And make it silly and...
Exactly.
Yeah, behind the scenes, that's what's going on.
Exactly. Like literally, if you do get a chance, watch the movie They Live. That's what it's called. And if you can get past the whole fact that it's actually a pretty, late 80s movie.
Bit of a B grade.
It is slightly B grade, but but there's so many gold nuggets in it. The fact of what is actually going on behind the scenes. The fact that in the advertising there is subliminal messages. And there's subliminal messages now in everyday reality, telling people what to buy, what to do, when to do something, when to do this. And it's all a ploy to keep everyone asleep.
And it's done a great job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most people are.
Yeah.
To be honest, not being rude, most people are.
Yeah.
I was at work and I was talking to one of the guys I talked to quite a bit, and I said, have you heard about this, what's going on in China? And he's like, China? What's happening in China? And I said to him, you just watch TV, don't you? He goes, oh, but yeah, I haven't watched TV for a couple of days, but yeah, I just watch TV. So with the TV and the programming, they choose what you need to watch and take you out of what's really going on around the planet. And I just thought, geez, so nobody has a clue really, unless you are in a platform that you can tap into information and see what's really going on.
But even the news doesn't give the full story
nothing.
either.
You didn't know anything.
No, because what you found was on YouTube. And my mum used to say to me, Alison, don't you watch the news? I said, no, I don't watch the news. She goes, well, how do you know what's going on in the world? You need to know what's going on in the world. I'm like, well, no, I don't really need to know. But you do need to know what's going on in the world. But I discovered that not even the news tells us the truth. We all know that the news doesn't tell the truth. And the reason that I found this out was when I went to Egypt. And before I went to Egypt, this is going back many years. Before I went to Egypt, the news did a whole big spiel about how there's riots because there was this presidential coup and there was bombing and fighting and guns. And me and my friends were actually quite worried that we thought, okay, we're going to change our plans. We're going to go somewhere else. Unfortunately, it worked out. It was too much for us to change our plans. So we still went to Egypt thinking, okay, well, we just got to be careful. We got to Egypt. It was the most peaceful city that I have ever been to, the most friendliest city that I've ever been to, besides the fact that they try to, sham you out of money. But there was nothing of what was going on in the news that we had watched like a day before.
Oh, wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
And that's when I knew for a fact that the news does not give you the truth.
No.
Yeah.
All the propaganda and all the
Yeah.
fear and make that country out to be bad children.
Yeah. And we were there for 5 days. Not once did it actually break out to riots or anything. And we actually went to the bazaar, the main square area of where they actually recorded people having fights and guns. And there was nothing. We sat in the cafe. We had our tea or coffee or whatever, had our shisha. Nothing happened. Went down the road, went down to a little street market kind of thing where you most likely will probably run into some kind of trouble. Nothing.
So what I'm hearing from you, what is real and what is an illusion, and why they paint the picture of certain things playing out when they're actually not.
What is the agenda behind it? I get the agenda behind it is to maneuver people in a direction so that they're always distracted of what's really going on.
And to put out their particular outcomes.
Yeah.
Because these demonic crap forces, and I'm going to judge this now, because it's one of these days I'm on my high horse.
I'm very neutral, but Jason's like, nah, that's it.
It's like the movie. They really need to make sure that everybody is asleep and everybody's got no clue what's really going on, even though the news and you were talking about social media will pump out what they want you to know, unless you take yourself back and really do some research yourself and actually not just go with the flow, because going with the flow isn't beneficial and has never been beneficial, has it really?
No, it's never been beneficial.
Yeah, but they keep people stuck in fear, stuck on what's, pretending to be playing out, because they can't manifest themselves. They have to manifest through us. And as a collective, we can manifest anything. So if they want us to manifest, I don't know, whatever it is they're trying to get us to manifest, I don't want to pump too much energy into that, then we'll manifest it, because they can't do it. They have to get us to do it. And we are so powerful to be able to create as an individual and as a collective. It's ridiculous. So if we can just stop doing that and start stepping back and observing what's really going on, doing your research and not buying into the drama as much as, like, it's hard not to sometimes because there's so much playing out.
Yeah.
And people do really care about people.
Yeah.
I mean, you see stuff and destruction going around the different countries and your heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that can be a ploy as well to feed that energy into that, to keep that going as well. So it's a catch-22 on many levels, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah.
And we were talking about before, we're just having a quick little break before we do another podcast for the day. And we're just like, geez, frequency is key, isn't it?
Yeah.
We couldn't believe how much of a low frequency we've been in for the last few weeks. And then sharing and just being free today in this magical room, the frequency difference and the information that comes through is mind-boggling when you're at a higher frequency.
Yeah.
Other than being in the, when you're in a lower frequency, it just doesn't work.
No. And also when you're at a higher frequency, you're more centered within yourself. So therefore you get all the information, like we discussed with the Taurus field. And then when you're in a lower frequency, like fear, sadness or depression or something along those lines, it's just the inspiration is just not there.
And we were talking about when we first started this, we were at a fairly good level. So we were able to tap into that inspiration which you got. And then here we are today. But if we were in that lower fear frequency, we wouldn't have stepped into creating this.
Yeah.
So frequency is a really big thing. And love, caring, love, appreciation, gratitude is all part of the rules of the game, I believe, for you to move forward. It's just taking yourself out of that 3D states, like we're talking about, the jobs and, being survival and fear and stuff like that. It keeps you locked down so you can't tap into that really awesome inspiration that's out there or within you.
Yeah, and I'm just getting, for an example from my own personal experience, sometimes it's not always about fear, or sometimes it is linked to fear, and you're looking, and you've got a part of you that is looking for a way to escape. So, for example, your life might not actually be doing really well, or you perceive like, financially you're not doing really well, or family, there's, illness or something that there's not doing really well. And there will be a part of you that is just looking to escape, to fill in that void. For an example, a lot of the time when I've been working during the day, I would get a part of... I've been a bit ungrounded because there's been so much going on, and then I would tune in and I get a part of myself going, but this place is just not magical. It might be the fact that you just don't feel safe, or it's just not magical, or it's boring. There'll be a part of you that is like trying to fill in that void. It was like trying to keep me distracted, but there was a part of me that's like needed something else to fill in that kind of happiness that I was feeling, which had just disappeared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, needing something external to fulfill you.
Yeah, exactly. But I just wanted to use it as an example that where sometimes when the world that we live in might not be so great, that a part of us tries to escape, and then other parts might need to fulfill. You need to fulfill yourself. And that could come down to eating as well.
I was getting food as well.
Yeah, that can come down to eating, needing to fill a void, but you're actually needing to feel something deeper within you. Yeah.
We were talking about the snake and ladder game where you're going up through the levels and next thing you know
you get hit with something.
And you go down the snake, down to the lower levels again, and then you climb your way up, and that's a continuous loop.
Yeah.
And that's designed that way, I believe, and it's a matter of trying to keep yourself at that level.
Yeah.
But, things like to challenge you and see, okay, you're at that level, let's see if we can knock you down again. And so this is cycle of
and you
up and down this snake and ladder game.
And you got to try and get you, when you get knocked down, you're really working on getting your way back up again. And sometimes it might be something different that knocks you down the next time. So then you got to work through that to get yourself back up again. And while that's happening, you've got others streaming and other entities coming in and going this and that and telling you, do this, or this is what you want to do, or, because you're in such a vulnerable state that anything will try and come in and deviate you from what you want to do.
So let's get back on track with the movie.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of went off track. Sorry about that, guys.
No, but that's okay. That's what we do. But we'll just turn it back. So can you have what we've talked about, weave it back into the movie?
Okay.
Because the movie's all about frequency. The movie's all about behind the scenes, what's really going on, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we're talking about social media, programming.
Yeah. So I'm trying to process how people can understand that they're actually being streamed when it's not in their consciousness. It's not in their awareness that they are being streamed.
But look at all the phone, the mobile phones, everybody's on them 24/7, especially, kids and everything. I mean, everybody's glued to their phone. You can go, I have a lunch break, and everybody, a lot of the time, will be on their phones. We've been ingrained and programmed so much to be on these electronic devices.
But that's also come from TV.
Mm-hmm.
So the phone is just a smaller version of the TV. Mm-hmm. So we've been ingrained to always be glued to the TV, to be programmed. I'm getting the movie, for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm getting the movie Poltergeist.
Oh.
I haven't seen that movie in years. And it's the scene where the little girl keeps watching the TV.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and she's getting messages from the TV.
Well, that's what's going on through all these devices, TV, even music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Radio.
A lot of the time what I would do is when I'm watching, I do it off and on, it depends on what I'm watching on my phone. On YouTube, I'd actually do the silver cross.
Within the circle.
Within the circle, to just block off the binary code network.
Yeah.
Because the binary code network is also part of the streaming as well. Yeah.
It's like it's a feeding frenzy energetically and also physically as well.
Yeah.
Well, emotionally and spiritually, pretty much all levels, really.
So I guess with the sharing of this information is to just be aware of, again, because we spoke about streaming versus intuition, and now talking about the movie They Live, where it literally is about streaming. Be aware of what is going on around you, I think, is really the important key here. If you feel like something isn't right, like deep within something isn't right,
It's not
right. Going back to the movie, pretty much what happens in the movie is they have these glasses, like we said at the beginning, and they're able to see exactly what has been playing out, to the point where humanity woke up. They were able to get humanity to wake up because they actually stopped the streaming.
Yeah, the frequency that was being pumped out to the collective.
It's all frequencies. So they were actually able to stop the frequency for humanity to see exactly what was going on. So therefore humanity can stand up and be their sovereign beings and break down the illusion of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I want for humanity.
Yeah, well, for ourselves, each other, everybody else out there. Yeah, make this a more fun game.
Because now
life.
I'm getting into the whole tangent of the recycling process.
Oh, you're talking about the reincarnation when you pass over and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's like you come through, you get born, you're not awake, you live your life, you get streamed, you get blinded by everything, you die, and you go, well, that's what's going on.
I'm just getting shown a plastic bottle being, created, and then liquid form, and then drinking it, and then putting into the recycle bin, and it gets recycled back into a plastic bottle to be reused again.
Yeah.
Isn't that what's happened to us?
We are the plastic bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we keep forgetting every single time. And I think that's what the streaming is all about too. That you keep forgetting. You get so distracted with everything that you forget all the time.
Yeah. Well, you can have some positive information that you might receive. Like you said before, like I need this word, and it just vanishes.
Yeah.
Because that might be a really important word that needs to express what you're working on communicating. It's like, no, we're just going to take that.
I know. It's a word that is used in the New Age community a lot to explain what coincidences are. Synchronicities.
Synchronicities. I didn't get that word at all.
That's it. Synchronicities.
Jeez, you got it, everyone. Well done, Alison.
Yay, well done me. I finally got the word. In the New Age community, we believe in synchronicities. However, saying that now, knowing what we know, that sometimes synchronicities are not exactly what they appear to be.
No.
And that leads people down a path where they feel like they cannot create for themselves. And here I go on a tangent again. Where...
Your turn.
Yeah, where we believe so much in synchronicities on an energetic level in the New Age community that we believe that we cannot create for ourselves, that we have to trust to lead us down the path, which is again going down, following, what was it called? Going with the flow? Going with the flow, flowing down the river. Sometimes flowing down the river, you need to make your way down. What if there's a fork in the river and the river current is taking you down one way and you want to go this way? What are you going to do? Just follow the river? When you want to go down that way? When you want to turn left? You want to make sure that you're in control of your own life. Yeah, that's all I have to say. That's my tangent. Which goes back down to the movie They Live, because no one was in control of their own life because no one knew what was going on.
No, life was in control of them. All these beings were having their fun of their lives in control of everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, the glasses would be good.
Glasses would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you have to activate your third eye, your clear sight.
Yeah.
Because that's what I believe the glasses represent. It's just, because it's all about seeing through the illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the third eye is meant to be connected to seeing behind the scenes, seeing the other levels, which you can't see through your physical eyes.
Yeah, which I always thought for some reason you could, but I get it now.
Yeah. Well, we do. We do see through our physical eyes were connected with our third eye and see beings and stuff like that. We've had that a lot. Not all the time.
No, not all the time. But it'd be cool if it was all the time.
See what's really going on. I think you would be. I know somebody very well, and she's would go to, say, a supermarket or something, and she would start to see what the people actually look like behind their physical human mask. And she'd be like, oh, that's a rat person, and that's a rabbit person, and that's this person. This person looks like a reptile, and this person's an insect. And it's able. She said, oh, I had to turn it off because it's freaking me out too much.
But how cool would that be? I mean, yes, it'll probably be scary on a level when you're not used to it. But yeah, you just got to you just need to get used to it. And you'd be like, yeah, you walk down the street. Oh yeah, there's Rat Bean talking to a dog person, you know?
Yeah. So it's all very interesting, intricate reality that we live in. Okay. Anything else before we go? You're happy with what we spoke about with the movie? Definitely watch it if you haven't. Again, there's some gold nuggets in there.
Yeah, I don't really... I feel like I would love to tell you the whole story, but I feel like it's more beneficial if people actually watch the movie to understand what we're talking about, to understand to get the perception of the glasses, and to also see that this movie is pretty spot on with the behind the scenes, with the subliminal messages and with what humanity is actually going through. Yeah.
I'm getting stuff coming out of my head as well. It's funny how you're talking about these other beings need us to manifest stuff for them, and we were talking about how we were taught that we can't manifest. Isn't that interesting? We manifest for them their agendas, but we're told we can't manifest for ourselves.
And the reason why I got onto that is because I know that I'm a creator by heart. We know that we're a creator by heart. And the reason why I discovered that kind of information is because on a level, like on the astral level, where I feel like there's a lot going on, like there's a lot of stuff that we need to work out on the astral level. I kind of discovered that I was doing agreements, which I now revoke, and I have revoked in the past. I was doing agreements with a being to say, and this being would say to me, well, I can do this for you, but I want something in return. And it would be like they would want my creative energy in order to create what I want to create. So therefore, telling us or telling me that I can't create unless I need them.
And you're the creator.
And I'm the one that's doing the creation, but they're actually using my energy to create it. So in a way, all of a sudden I woke up and gone, but hold on a minute, I don't need you. I'm the creator, because you're actually taking my creative energy to do it.
It's all effing crazy.
It's all inverted. You tell the creators, because they have no idea who they are, you tell them that they can't create, that outside forces are needed to create, to help them create, but on a level they're actually taking your creative energy so that they can play out their agenda, they can create for you, and then you owe them some.
Yeah, you owe them, even though that they're using your creative energy to create for you, which you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not
seriously
giving your power away, because we feel like we're little minions that can't create, can't do it for ourselves. Yep, that's the twistedness of it all. Okay, let's say goodbye. Thank you for watching, everyone. We do appreciate you watching and listening. Thank you to our subscribers and people leaving comments. We really do appreciate and love you and everybody out there. And we'll see you in the next one, and you'll hear us in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.